Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. So, my friend, I'm with you now. I'm sorry for the late reply. So, this is what you have sent it to us. Then, unfortunately, I think you've forgotten to send us the questions. You only send us the views and figure 1 only. So the title of this drawing is written there is table clamp. So the table clamp that we are doing. So guys, if you are sending us the problems, make it a point to send everything thoroughly. So my brother, just send it as this one without questions, but then we'll try our best to interpret questions. To interpret the question even though it's not here. You understand? So this is assembled drawing. So as much as you know, what do we do in assembled drawing? So we are given items. I'm going to try my best to interpret the question. So hopefully the question, the scale was like 1:1. 1:1, and when you double check there to item 1, which is the name of item 1 is the board. I can see there is an XX there, and all these views are given according to third angle orthographic projection. So which means this is given this is what is in third angle orthographic projection, which means this is going to be my front of my item 1, this is going to be my right of my item 1. You understand? So item 2, this is the front, this is the right. Item 3, this is the front, this is the right. Item 4, this is the front, this is the right. Item 5, this is the front, this is the right. Item 6, this is the front, this is the right, according to this symbol. This is the symbol of third angle orthographic projection. So if I go straight back to my item 1, I see this XX, and if this XX is situated like this, cutting it like this, is actually talking about the full sectional front view. You understand? So I normally used to say we draw what is being pointed by the arrow. You see this arrow X is actually pointing where at this view. So which means it's actually say draw a full sectional front view. You understand? So that is why I was like, we can be able to interpret the question even though it's not yet there. And it's not with you by just tracing the cutting plane. You get what I'm trying to say? Alright, so let's start. So I'm not quite sure which level, but here in South Africa, this is in a level of grade 11, entry level at TVET colleges, grade 11. As far as I'm concerned, you understand, because this is actually from Southern America. One of you guys, you send it to this one, you send it us to this one. So this guy is actually not here in Africa. So all right, so that's not the point. So let's start. So my brother, I'm going to start with what? With a vertical constructional line. Vertical center line, actually not constructional line. Just little bit up. So this one, I'll assume is which one? It's this one. This line that I just drew is this vertical constructional line. So it's going to divide every dimension that is behaving horizontal. This one 20, 80, 40, 42, 30. You understand? All the dimensions that are behaving horizontal, they are going to be divided by this line already. You understand? So what is going to happen now? Right from here, just a little bit up, I can have a horizontal constructional line. There you go. After I've drawn this horizontal constructional line, remember I said to assume the scale is 1:1 since we are not given the scale here. So if we divide 120 into 2, even in your final exam, you must have your calculator so that you don't assume. Even if you know 120 divided by 2, so that you get the half is 60, isn't it? So then you come and see 60 this side, 60 this side. So there is my segeste. So I'm looking for 120. I mark it 120 and I mark it 0. Then I also draw a horizontal dark line. So this horizontal dark line is going to be which one? It's going to be this one, from here till right there. Understand? Then after that, I can have a constructional line going up, faint. Can have another one, faint. Okay. Remember that I am actually drawing what? Item 1. So I haven't explained how are they going to be assembled, because it's not this is not the first video where we are teaching how do you approach assemble drawing. You understand? So you can simply go there to our YouTube channel, you scroll down, you're going to find a lot of videos where we are addressing this topic, lot of lessons where we are addressing these topics. How do you analyze them? How do you see this one is going to fit here, not there? You understand? So we just want to finish this one faster. So now I'm going to go up with what? With 15 millimeter. From here there is 10. I'm looking for 15, which is that one. This one. After I've gotten my 15 millimeter, I can just have a constructional line, solid. Then after this one, I can see this one. Is it a sharp corner? It's not a sharp corner. So then if it's not a sharp corner, I can use this one. I can use this one. Then I'll mount it like this, just a little bit down. There you go. And this side, just a little bit down again. There you go. You understand? So I cannot close it yet here up until I'll come and see. Even here, okay, there is closed, but remember we are drawing what? An inside view. You understand? We are drawing an inside view. Okay, so I've already dealt with this 120. Let's get this. So remember, this is diameter 120, diameter 80, which means again from here till here still the same 80. So if you divide 80 into 2, how much are you getting? 40. 80 divided by 2, you are getting 40 millimeter. So then you come and say 40 this side, 40 this side. I just put it at 40 because 40 is what I got here, which is the answer, isn't it? So I mark it 80 and mark it 0. Then from there I can simply construct vertical constructional line and vertical constructional line. You understand? Then from there I can now simply do what? I can now simply come in. Where's my workshop? Come back. That is the, we are told, okay, from here till here is how much? Is 5 millimeter. You understand? 5 millimeter. And then you can come and do it. I'll come and do it. There is my 0, 5, 10, isn't it? I'm looking for 5 millimeter. Then after I've gotten that, I can now simply just have a constructional line. You understand? So which means, double check my brother, this one is how is hidden. You understand? So it's hidden in my front, it's all still hidden even there on my right view. So then when we cut at the x like this, at the x which is situated there by our right view like this, you understand, you can actually see what we are busy with is also cutted, you understand. So if it's cutted, it will change its state. It's hidden. So now since it was cutted, it's going to be solid. Switch off this one. Okay, so then draw it dark. There you go. In this other side, draw it dark. This other side, you understand? Okay, so when you read there, they are saying 4 holes of M10 threads. So which means it's having internal thread. It's of M10 and it's having internal thread. There are 4, and actually they were not even supposed to let us or tell us these holes are 4. Why? Because of if I have 1, 2 on my front, and again on the very same view, which is on the what now, on your right, you are still having the same 2, which means there are 4 in total. You know that, you understand? So there's of M10, M which is still the same as diameter. Diameter 10. Okay, to get rid of that, from here till here is how much? Is 100. Then are we given this one from here till here? Okay, we are not given. Do you see that we are not given? The dimension that we are not given, that I'm talking about, is the one that is actually giving us the center. But by look of things is that, okay, if from here till here is 120 and from here till here is 80, and the dimension that I'm looking for is actually from here till here. Remember, this base is actually a circle. This base of item 1 is actually a circle. So the PCD, pitch circular diameter of these holes, we are not given. But then we are going to rely to this 120 diameter as well as 80. So if I'm going to say 120, which is this one, minus 80, how much I'm getting? So I'm getting 20. I'm getting 40. So which means from here till here is going to be the half of 40. From here till here is going to be the half of 40. You understand? So which means from here till here is 20. From here till here is 20. So that if I say 20 plus 80 plus 20, it goes back to what? To 120. You understand? So in a question, there is always a trick. You understand? So to get the PCD of this one, you'll then say the 20 that we're talking about divide by 2, which is 10. Which means in other ways, from here till here, do you see where I'm pointing? Is 10 millimeter. From here till here is 10 millimeter. Let me repeat how did you got that. We simply said 120. Remember, it's diameter. So if it's diameter, which means it's a cycle. It's a cycle. From here till here is 120, which means again on our right view, from here till here is still the same 120. If from here till here is 8, even on our right view, it will be still 8. And it. So the missing dimension that I'm talking about here is which one? Is the pitch CD, the pitch circular diameter of this hole. Because these 4 holes, they're actually lying within the PCD, if you know what I'm talking about, within the PCD. So the PCD of which is what you are not given. So you will simply say 120 minus 80, which you are getting 40. So this 40 will then divide it by 2, so that you say from here till here is the half of 40, from here till here is the half of 40. You understand that? From here till here, which means it's 20, from here till here is 20. Then divide the 20 by 2 again, so that you get what? This one. That is why I'm saying from here till here is 10, from here till here is 10. From here till here is 10, from here till here is 10. So do it. So come to my drawing. I'll simply do what I've just discovered. You can actually see. The 20 that I'm talking about. It's actually coming by itself. You understand? So I'll simply put it at what? So that from here till is the 10 I was talking about, from here till the 10 that I was talking about. You understand? So you can actually see the 20 is coming out by itself. You understand? Then from there, I can now have this PCD in this other side. Long, shorter, it's a center, isn't it? Then after we've through that, the set then is diameter 10, and then diameter 10 divided by 2, which means it's going to be 5 this side, isn't it? So I mark at 10 and I mark at 0. I mark at 10. This is incorrect. This is there is it. Okay, so I'm about to draw this one. Okay, then I come back and trace the cutting plane. Remember, they said 4 holes, and then they are like this horizontal, vertical line of mine is actually cutting them in the middle. Then I come and look at my my cutting plane XX. Does it cut them? No, it's not cutting them. So which means I won't even waste my time to draw here, them. I won't even waste my time to draw them here. So this one, let me point it right from the question. This one, it will disappear, disappear. You don't even have to draw them. Why? Because of when you trace the cutting plane, the two, remember we draw what is being pointed by an arrow. So the two, remember they said therefore. There are two, they're gonna go with this off cut, because what is beyond your cutting plane is off cut. So the two, which is 1, and the 2 at the back there, it's just that they are in line to each other at the very same diameter. So the other 2 remaining is this one that is being pointed by an arrow. Understand? So at the surface of your hatching, or where you section, to symbolize that there is a hole at the back of of your surface that you're hatching, you symbolize that with what? With the hidden, with the center. This is the center. So which means here we are going to section. Understand? So these ones, they'll disappear. So don't claim uguti every time the hidden line they become dark. So it's not like every time hidden line they become dark. Sometimes hidden lines they disappear. You understand? Sometimes they become dark. So this one, it was hidden. This one, it was hidden, it became dark here. Why? Because of it was cutted. When you trace the cutting plane, your XX is cutting it. So if these holes, there was a hole here, would have said this one, it was going to be dark, you understand? But then it's actually not cutted, so we won't even bother. Okay, now let's continue. Now I'll come up and divide this 40. You understand? So if you take your calculator, 40 divided by 2, you are getting 20, isn't it? So this 20, you're going to record it 20 this side, 20 this side. Let's do it. There is my 20. I just mark at 40 and mark at 0. You understand? Then from there, simple, straightforward, my brother, you can simply have a constructional line and have a constructional line. Okay. So from here till here is the 40, and then it goes up until at what? At 30. Before I'll deal with this 42, at 30. Before I get to that 30, I'll then have consider the height from here till here is how much is actually given right from your right view. So, and the double check is actually starting from the bottom which is this one. It's not starting here as such that you can, this 90 millimeter, you can record it here. It's not starting here, it's actually starting here, right here, which is what? Is 90 millimeter. So I'll come and record the 90. This is 80, I'm looking for 90 millimeter. Start one, then I just mark where my 90 is. Then have the constructional line horizontally, which is this one. Okay, then after that, what is going to happen now? And then I can correlate that dimension of 30 millimeter. This is 40. This is 40. This is 40. It is 40. Then I'm looking for 30. They said 30. Let me see. It's correct. Correct. Then I'm looking for 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15, isn't it? So 30 divided by 2, you're getting 15. So going to say 15 millimeter this side, 15 millimeter this side. So 10, I'm looking for 15, which is that one. So I simply mark it 30 and mark it 0. You understand? Then from there, I can have a constructional line down and a constructional line down. So from this corner to that one, I must have a line, and from this corner to that one, I must have a constructional line again. Okay, so these constructional line, they are going to be determined. Where's my question? Okay. So it's going to be that one, which I'll use this one. Now I'm aligning it with this line. That is, I'm putting, yes, there you go. Understand? So what I did this side, I'm going to do it this side. Just a little bit down. Okay. Right. So when you double check here, you in this one you are given the radius. So they were not given. That is why we're using this one. But here we are given the set radius 10 millimeter. You understand? So if you have that, just record 10 millimeter, which the set is radius. Open it to 10 millimeter. Then I just come and place it here. I mark on this upper one vertically up and mark here. I come even this side. There was no need this side, but here is actually necessary. You understand? Then from there, this is it. Then this one, there it is. This one, there it is. You understand? So I can simply place my drawing compass right here. Now, be careful, just a little bit, so that I draw it dark from here till right there. Dark. Even this side. Just a little bit. There you go. Solid. I so that I can have it solid now from here to right there, from here to right there. Then I can come back and have it the T-square horizontally. Yes. So yeah, we agreed that there won't be any dark line here, dark line here, dark line there. You understand? Okay. So then now we've dealt with this one. From here till here, this line, it will disappear. You won't even draw it. From here till here, it will disappear, my brother. Because we draw to expose the inside view, and we draw the inside view. You understand? So from here till here, so if you go up, even that one, it will disappear. Even that one, it will disappear. You won't even draw it. Whereas you are drawing, you also trace the cutting plane. You understand? So that those lines that they're supposed to disappear are what way be. You understand? You don't even draw them. Okay. Now after that, A90 that we just iterated. So sibona ubani manje hlangana no dimension ka 10 kusuka la uzela about to 10 mm. So uzoqhubeka la ugcine khona, which is 90, ngicine kubani ku 90 mangi add ngizothini, ngizobe sengithola u10 lapha. Mangiqeda ukumthola lo 10, I'm going to have a horizontal constructional line. Everyone, horizontal constructional line like that. Then what is going to happen now? From here till there is the 10 mm. So let me get that one. From here till here is this 25, and this 25 is going to give me the center. And remember the dimension that we just got from here till is 10. Again, from here where your 10 ended, so from where your 90 ended, record 25 mm. So which is this one. This is 20, 30. I'm looking for 25, which is supposed to be that one. It's just mark there. Then at my mark, I can then put what? A horizontal constructional line. Horizontal center line. And then okay, well, let's just go up with that 35. Remember, what we just got is this one, 25, isn't it? We've already dealt with this 10. Now we are here. Let's go up with what? With 35. 30, this is 20. I'm looking for 35. 40, there is my 35. Then I mark 80. You understand? Then I get another horizontal center. Center line. Okay. Right. Then after that, what is going to happen now? I can now correlate what? Okay, let me get that one. Remember, we started with 120, 80, 40, 30. We didn't dealt with what? With 42. You understand? So let's get rid of that 42 so that we get that point. After we get that point, go up. If you take your calculator, you say 42 divided by 2, 21, isn't it? So now you're gonna say 21 millimeter this side, 21 millimeter this side. So you can simply just put what? There is my 20, 21. Have to better get some action, which is this one. Actually on top, even here on top. Okay. So just extend there a little bit. In this one, just a little bit. So I'll go up with this one. This one, I'll go up until at what? At that 10 millimeter, and it. So which means I'll simply go up like this. 10. This one I'll go up just a little bit till way. Actually, till way. Till at what? Till at that point. So how am I gonna get that point? I'll get it nicely when I've correlated radius 30. So for now, let me just leave it like this, you understand, because there is something that is going to be fitted here, and at the moment we don't know what is that line from here till here going to disappear or what, you understand. So for now we are going to just leave a gap. So to get that corner, we are going to correlate what we are going to work with what, with the radius 30. You simply take a drawing compass, you open it to 30 millimeter, and remember that point you already have it, which is that one, you understand. So is your 30, zero, open it to 30 millimeter. It's that one. Okay, so I'll draw it right here till right here. Solid. You can actually see it's as if I knew, but as I was just taking the constructional line up, you understand, up until at that one, you understand. There it is. Okay, so you can actually see this smaller thickness. What is happening there? What is happening there? Okay, so we are told to go to from here till here is 24 millimeter. Okay, to get that. Okay, so there is my 25. I'm looking for 24. Can even do it right here. 25, isn't it? I'm looking for 24. Just go back a little bit, which is that one, my brother. From here, I'm just mark it 0. You understand? Then I can just have a vertical constructional line. A1. Okay. So if I've through this one, I can now simply open my drawing compass to radius 20 millimeter. You understand? Radius 20 millimeter, so that you get that one. Simple, straightforward. So there is my 20. You understand? Place it at where you are placing this one. So start to draw from here, just a little bit faint. You can then draw it dark till right here. You understand? Okay, then I can, since I've gotten this corner, I can now project this one vertically down just a little bit again. Remember, I said I'm a little bit skeptical in terms of having this one dark. I'll confirm when I now see what is going to be running there, what is going to be fitted there. That's when I'm going to be able to see okay, do I have to close it or what? So now let me just get to the exact point, which is that one. Okay. Then we come back and have this one from here. This one is going to be, actually what's going to be fitted here is item 2. Simple, straightforward. Item 2. Remember, the question was like a full sectional front. You understand? As full sectional front of the whole assemble. So in our problems, we'll be taking, in most we'll be taking the fronts, only the fronts. Take the fronts, take the front, take the front, take the front. So the particular view that it will be fitted there is going to be the front, because this is the front of item 2, this is the right of item 2. So is this one that will be fitted there. So if we double check down there, it has got this radius, this something like a radius, or radius what, 3 millimeter, which is something very small, 3 millimeter. You understand? So if I'm having 3 millimeter radius 3 millimeter is actually what is diameter 6, isn't it? So I'll simply take advantage of my stencil ruler and have it. I'll just select what, diameter 6, since this is radius 3. You understand? And this is supposed to be fitted where? Right there. Where did I set the 10 is ending? Actually from here till somewhere there. So I can get that radius, what? Radius 3 millimeter. So which is going to be that one. Diameter 6. So the moment I'll draw it a little bit, extend it like just a little bit more, which means I'm now saying this part of my item 2 is already there. This part of my item 2, this one. Do you see where I'm pointing? Quite interesting. You understand? So from here till here, it's how much? It's 20 millimeter. You understand? So if I put the whole of what? Of, which means the 20 millimeter, I can record it right from here. Going back just a little bit. Remember, from here till here is 24, so I have to go back with what? With 20. And the 20 starting it from right here. Just double check this 20 is ending where actually it's ending right there, not here. Just a little bit back away from the reference where you're supposed to put your drawing compass when you strike that arc of radius 3 millimeter. So it should be just a little bit back, which is that one, just that one. So it's actually on top 20. It's actually right there. Actually right here. So which means I can simply go up. Simple, straightforward. Go up just a little bit. The moment I'm going up like this, I'll then say, is this part of my item? Of my item what? Of my item 2. This one. This one going up. Okay. Now I can go up and have this one. This one is also not a sharp corner. Double check this one. There by your item 1 is still not a sharp corner, so which means I'll simply use this one. So there you go. You understand? So then I'm still not going to draw it dark here. Actually, let me deal with that hole. So from here till here is what? Is diameter 10, so which means it's going to be 10 divided by 2, so that you get half of 10, which is 5. So that I go once. So I simply place it at 5, so that I mark 10 and 0. You understand? So now just can have horizontal constructional line, horizontal constructional line. So you can actually see that I was too far to draw it dark here. From here till here it's not supposed to be dark. Understand? So now I can have it dark from here till here for now, dark here from here till here for now, up until I cross check, double check what is it going to be closed here. The moment I'll see the item that's supposed to be fitted here. You understand? So from here till here it will disappear, my brother. Bring back over. So you can erase it just very small. So you can just do erasing template just a little bit. Really, I've just spoiled my work. Just right here. It's actually date even itself. It's date. Okay, so this one now, it will be solid, going like this. This one, we'll see it clearly now, solid like this. You understand? So I can go up from here till here. So from here till here is item 1. The moment you go like this, is now item what? Item 2. So just like this. So then I can go up, and up, just faint for now. You understand? And then I can come back and throw this one now. You can see what is still radius what? Radius 20, which is corresponding with that one in your item 1. So it's radius 20 is corresponding with that one, radius 30 is corresponding with that one. You understand? So you can just come back here and have this one complete now. So dark till here. So just a little bit faint for now this side, but as from here I can have it solid now. This drawing compass is fucked up here now. It's getting old. So there you go. 30. Just faint for now this side. Okay, so let's come back and see what is happening here. Okay, this side seems to be a sharp corner. This one is a sharp corner. So without fear or favor, can have it like this. Just go down a little bit. Yes, there it is. Everyone, so can now come back and have it dark complete from here. Dark. Okay. So if I'm to such an extent, what is going to be happening now? Let me double check what is going to be fitted here. So we fitted item 2 into item 1 and it. So where's our item 3? Item 3 is the handle. So I normally say we look at the shape of that particular item that you want to fit it on the other one. You look at the shape corresponding with its dimension. 2 or more things they must agree with you is the shape. Secondly is the dimension. The shape of it as well as the dimension. So this one is the handle. Okay. So from here till here, how much is diameter 8? Diameter 8. Diameter 8. From here till here is diameter 8. Whereas this one, they said is diameter what? Diameter 10. Diameter 10. So this handle of ours is going to be fitted where? Is going to be fitted right here. This handle, because we can see the other diameter 8 there. You understand? So you cannot fit diameter 8 into item, the handle item 3 into item what? Item 1. Because of, you might be thinking you're going to fit it here, but you cannot. You can't, because it's of diameter 8. What is this one? From here till here, diameter 10. So which means what's going to be fitted there is item 5, which is the bolt length. You understand? So the bolt length, which is the bolt from here till is the bolt length. So item 5 is going to be fitted in what? In item 1. So item 5 is going to be holding item 2 into item 1. You understand? Item 5 is going to hold item 2 into item 1. So it's good as if you're going to take this bolt and fit it this side. You understand? And fit it this side. So if I've threw this one like this, so now I can assume item 4 is already fitted there. You understand? Because this the diameter of item 4. What is the name of item 4? Is the workpiece. It's the workpiece, isn't it? So since it's the workpiece and it's of diameter 40, so if you say radius 20 times 2, you are getting diameter 40. So which means now I can assume item 4 is already fitted there. You understand? Item 4 is already in there. Let me just come back and complete what is happening here, which is that one, right? That one, still radius 3. Still radius 3, which means I'm going to use diameter what? 6. This is diameter 8, diameter 7, I'm looking for diameter 6. Just like this. You understand? So I can have this one dark from here till here. From here till here, it won't be there, but from here till here, it will be then be exposed. So that one is the allowance. So it's going to be just like that. Then I can come back and have this one dark now. Just closing. just a little bit, closed like this. Okay, so now item 4 is already inside there because it's a shaft and it will be facing you. It's good as if you just draw this one. So which means when we section, we have to section here, we have to section here, we have to section here. And again, double check your item 1 as well as your item 2. Your item 1 from here till here is solid, as well as your item 2 from here till here is solid, which means even here I have to have it solid. This one is the center line, isn't it? From here till here, it is going to be solid. Everyone. Okay, what is very much in what is left now is for me to draw item 5 as well as item 6. So how am I gonna draw that? I'll draw it simply straightforward. Okay, remember, what did I say to you? I said we are still a little bit skeptical or a little bit fair. How do we have to draw? Should it be solid here or what? Should it be solid here or what? So the moment I take this shaft and put it here like this, ne? It's good as if now I'm gonna push it up until it stop with this head of it. Understand? So since I'm having this head from here till here, I can now have this one without fear of failure. I can have it closed now. You understand? So it's very much important to do what we just did now, because sometimes you'll find that there will be a bush that's supposed to be fitted here. There will be, maybe they set 2 bush, and then you fit a bush this side, you fit a bush this side. So if there are bushes, it won't be dark. You understand? Because you find that the bush, it will be like this. Then from here, it's its head. The bush is going to be like this. From here, it's its head. You understand? Again, here, a bush like this. It's the head of the bush. You understand? So which means from here till here, it won't be solid. You get what I'm trying to say? So from here, going this direction, we can begin to draw the head of the shaft. So it's of a length of 30 millimeters. The length of 30, yeah? So from here, there is my 30 millimeter. You understand? So where my 30 ends, I can just have a vertical constructional line. You understand? So this shaft of ours, it is actually of a head of across the flat hexagon. You understand? So we have to draw this right, or we can call it like an auxiliary of it. You understand? So we have to draw its auxiliary first, and it's of a bolt of of M10. Understand? So you're going to remember the bolt and nut method. So first of all, we're going to say 1.5 times M number, which is 10, isn't it? So it's 15. So 15 divided by 2. Then you're getting 7.5. And it. So you take your drawing compass, you open it to 7.5. Simple, straightforward. 7.5. This is 10. 5. This is 6. This is 7.5. 7.5 is actually between 7 and 8 and 8. So I can just come here. Anyway, I can just come here. Let me just come a little bit. I just draw a faint constructional line. Draw it faint, my brother. So I mark where I was placing my drawing compass. Right. And then from there, since I want to have across the flat hexagon, now I can place my drawing compass here, further extend to the center, just mark here, I mark here, strike an arc here, also strike an arc there within the circumference of the side, isn't it? So let me get the exact point here, start one, and get, so now on the vertical one, it will be that one. Try to be careful. So I'll simply place it here again, just mark here, and mark right there. So now I can have this one dark, can have this one dark. Understand? Then I can have this one dark. Can have this one. There you go. Can have this one. There you go. This one. There you go. Then now I'm going to just take this point horizontal, this one in line to each other, this one in line to each other, this one in line to each other. You understand? Okay. Remember, from here till here is 30. Okay, what is going to happen now? I am going to stick on bolt and nut method. Bolt and nut method. Should I not be given the dimension, I simply I simply use the bolt and nut method formulas. You understand? So how did we draw this one? We use a 1.5 times the M number, isn't it? So now from here till here is the 30, but I'm still looking for this shape, this shape, this shape. So I'll use the 0.8, which is the 0.8 times M number, which is the height of the bolt. You understand? For now, so I'm going to say 0.8. The height, no, 0.8 is the height of the nut. 0.7 is the height of the bolt. If you remember what I'm talking about. And then 0.8 is the height of the nut. 0.7 is the height of the bolt. 0.7 times M number, which is 10. So it's going to be 7 millimeter. And so where my 30 ends, I'm going to go back with 7 millimeter. So this 5, 6, there is the 7. You understand? Then at where the 7 is, simply gonna have a vertical construction line. So now what is going to happen? I'll join this corner with this one. I'll further extend this line up until is what is crossing the center. Very faint. Draw it faint. So from here to right here, once it crosses the center, I stop. Then I join this one with this one, diagonal. Once it crosses the center, I stop. So where they are crossing each other, that's going to be my point. You understand? So I do the same thing. I join this one with that one. So there it goes. I can stop here. You understand? So I join this one with that one. So there you go. So if you can put the vertical line, you'll find that this point and this one are actually at the same line. Understand? So it's something very small. So now I'll place my drawing compass here till here, then I strike an arc here till here, then I strike an arc. Let me see, am I going to win with this big compass? Like this. It's too big for this. This is too small. Then I can place it here again. It's too big for this job. You understand? That's how I got it. Then now I'll place it where this one, they are actually crossing each other. You can actually see it was completely close. Completely close. So now I place it here. Further extend it till here. And get. You were taught how to draw board and nut method back from grade 10. So there it is. So now I can come back here and have this one dark. Just a little bit. So this one's supposed to be sharpened by 60 degrees actually. Understand? So I just have it dark. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not dark complete. Why? Double check your what to call this head of your item 5 that you're dealing with. Understand? So there is supposed to be something that is happening here. So okay, don't be in a hurry to have it dark. You understand? There is something happening there. Okay. So now it would be dark even this other side. For now, I can just have it like this for now. You understand? Okay, now let's solve what is happening here. Okay, from here till here, are we given the dimension? This is item 5. Are we given the dimension? From here till there is 30, right? From here till here is 30, which is that one. From here till the center, it seems to be a missing dimension. Whereas this one is diameter 8. And this diameter 8 is actually corresponding with what? With our item 3, which is the handle. Okay. What is going to happen there? It's a missing dimension. Then we have to calculate it. We have to calculate it. So I'm going to say, okay, if I know the dimension from here till here, which is 30, I'm going to say, okay, is the 30, and get, where can I put it? Right here. Is the 30, is the 30 millimeter that we are told, divide by the true dimension. You understand? So it's going to be 30 divided by, you know how to calculate the missing dimension. Then I'll come and record the true dimension. From here to here is what? Is 16. There's 0, 5, 10, 15, 16 there. So 30 divided by 16, how much am I getting? I'm getting. So 30 divided by 16. So I'm getting 1.8. Don't round it off, very much important. 0.875, isn't it? So you're going to say times, therefore times the 1.7. Let me just write 1.7. 1.875 times what now? Times what? The dimension that I'm looking for. The dimension that I'm looking for. From here till here is 30. Right? From here till here is what I don't know. Times the dimension that I'm looking for. So it's up to me now. I will record it from here till here, or from where your 30 ends to go back. Let me repeat. Record it from where my 30 ends to go back. Times the dimension that I'm looking for, which is times 5 millimeter. So my answer times 5 millimeter. How much am I getting? I'm getting 9.3. So my answer is 9.375. Therefore, use 9 millimeter. You understand? So I'm going to use 9 millimeter from here, where my 30 ends to go back. 9 millimeter. From here, there, this is the 10, there is the 9 millimeter that I just got. So this 9 millimeter is actually giving us this center. Understand? So I can draw the center line going down. It's actually having flu, guys. So it's actually very necessary to draw it a little bit long, because you can actually see how long is your handle that you're supposed to fit there. It's a little bit long. You understand? Okay. Now, since I am now having this one, I can now come back and be like, what is the thickness of this handle? It's actually 8 millimeter. 8 millimeter. Okay. Now I come right here, I divide the 8 into 2, which means 4 millimeter this side, 4 millimeter this side. Also remember this constructional line. It has got nothing to deal with, to do what you are doing now, this one. You understand? I can just erase it just a little bit here before it confuses me. But up there is okay, you can leave it. So now from here coming this side, 4 coming this side, you can do it here, it's still running the same thing. I'll decide to do it here. It's 8, isn't it? This is 5, I'm looking for 4 millimeter, which is that one. Then I simply mark at 0 and mark at 8. This is 10, 9. I'm looking for 8 millimeter. There it is. You understand? And then I can have constructional line going down and going down, such that this constructional line here, without fail or fail, is going to be solid, starting right from here, right here, just a little bit down, just a little bit down. You understand? Which one is this one? It's good as if now this one, it has become dark. This one, it has become dark. It has become dark. So, but I a little bit extended it down because now I'm assuming ukuthi item 3 usefitiwe there already. You understand? So into engingayenza manje ukuthi ngithi, so this one without favor dark there, even actually right here. Right there, which is which one? Which is this one or that one? It's a handle. It is the one that should be holding holding it to when you want to tighten your workpiece or you want to loosen you want to loosen up. So the moment you turn it with this handle, this item 2, it will be adjusted a little bit back so that the workpiece it can be removed easily. You understand? Okay. Now we can draw the what? The head of this handle of ours is actually read as 6. So it's going to be 6 this side, 6 this other side. You understand? So I can still do it here. This is 5. There is the 6 that I'm looking for. So I just mark at 0 and mark at 12. There is 10, 11, 12. It's actually right there. Do you see where I'm marking? So I can just simple, straightforward, have it. Constructional line down, constructional line down. So now what is going to happen there? What is going to happen there? Simple, straightforward, my brother. So we can actually see the head of the handle. It's not sharp corner, and the thickness is 10 millimeter. You understand? So we'll start here. 10 millimeter. There is 5. I'm looking for 10, which is that one. Just simply mark right there. Where I've just marked, can have constructional horizontally. So from here till right there is the 12. So remember, from here till here is the 12. So now you can simply have this. Simple, straightforward. My shadow is actually hiding some very important, crucial lines. Then push it a little bit, double check it this side, repeat, so that there it goes. So then this other side, there you go. Then here, there you go. So which means we've already drew this head. You understand? We've drawn this one. So even down there, you're gonna draw the same thing. So from here till here is going to be 80 millimeter. So the 80 millimeter, my brother, I'm going to record it right from here. From right here, going down 80 millimeter. This one is actually from not United States of America, Southern America. I've forgotten the name of that country, but it's actually okay from Southern America. Here in South Africa, it's actually in the level of N3 and grade 11. So from here till here is what is my what to call is my 8 So where my 8 is, I can just have a constructional line, you understand. After the constructional line is what? It's a 10 millimeter again. So we're gonna do what we did up there. You understand? So there is the 10 millimeter, which is that one. So which is going to be that one. Which language you talking now? There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Okay, I can just extend it a little bit because center lines, they must always exceed your drawing. You understand? Okay, this one, this one. So there you go. My shadow is giving me tough time. Oh God, just spoiled my work now. This one just spoiled my work now. Okay. Okay. Can you come this side? Take it nice, go down just a little bit. You know, I'm drawing at night, so sometimes the light that I'm using is not strong enough. Okay, so I can have this one. There you go. So that now I can have this one dark till right there, dark till right there. You understand? You understand? Okay. So now I can come back and have this one, this one dark from here till right there, which is which one? It's this one. Do you see? Is this one? Do you see this one? It will disappear. My brother, you won't even bother yourself to draw it. You won't even bother yourself to draw it. Even here, you understand? Even here, just a little bit. Even here, just a little bit. Okay, so now let's section. Before we section, let's put the diameter. Freezing here. Before we section, let's put the diameter what? Not diameter, I mean item 6. I'm actually near to finish. Faster, item 6, which is going to be our last one. Okay. What is going to happen now? Item 6 is going to be fitted here. Is there a washer? Let us look at it. There is a washer here or what? Item 1, there is no washer. Simple, straightforward, there is no washer. So as much as there is no washer, I can simple close here. From here till right there, I can close. So from here till here, I can record the what now? The height of our nut, which is item 8. Still of the very same M10 angle. Okay, so I'll start with the 8 millimeter from here till here. I'm looking for 8 millimeter. This is 9, there is the 8 millimeter. Understand? Once I get the 8 millimeter, just have a vertical construction line. So this is the point that I'm going to rely on, which is this one in line with this one. So which means it's this one. Even this side is this one and that one, this one and that one, this one and that one. If I'm saying relying, how? Relying like this, my brother. You take this one to this other one. There you go, up until you cross your center, you stop. Even this one to this one. Double check. There you go. Once it crosses the center, I stop. So I take this one to that one. So there you go. I can stop there. Take this one to this one. I can stop here. Right. So now I can place my drawing compass ish. Here we go again. Place it here. Place it here, further to the center. It's very small. It needs that small compass. I'm just trying my best here. Then place it here again. There you go. They open it a little bit. Okay. Actually didn't press it nicely. There you go. Understand? Then come place it here. Further extend it till here, so that I get something of this nature. Come on. So such type of steps I'm going to urge you. You end with them inside the examination center. I'm actually catching flu. You end with them, you understand? Before you even draw the nut, you have section already, you understand? Just section, so that should they say time up, you have already sectioned everything, you understand? So this, it's a lock nut, so it's still going up a little bit again with 6mm. So from here, I cut the 6mm. So there is the 5, the 6 I'm looking for, which is that one. And then I can have this one, then relate to this and that and that. Okay, do it, my brother. Which is going to be this one with that. Come down a little bit to the center, stroke, faint. This is too dark now. From here to this corner, but further extend to the center. Then when you do this one, do the same thing. There you go. Be accurate from here to the center, faint. Again on this one, from here to the center, faint. Oh hot. Here we go again. I don't have the small compass. Place it here to the center. Then now you draw. There you go. Just try my best. You understand? Even right here. There you go. There you go. When you just go back a little bit. Come on. But something of this nature. It's too small. Now to close it this side. Place it here to right here. Just there you go. Then close it this side. There you go. So you can actually say Uguti it's a little bit back to back. Where is it? You understand? So you have to strike it in both sides, of which is this. You understand? So you have to sharpen it with angle. You understand? So this side, close it. Just sharpen it with vertical. Lock nut. Lock nut. Okay. What was the length of the shaft and the length of the thread? The length of the thread. The length of the thread is 52. The length of the shaft from here till here is 67. 67. So I'll record it right from here. 67. This is 60, 65, 66, 66, 67 is that one. You understand? So 67 is actually ending right here. So which is going to be this one right here and right here. So the thread after nut and the thread before nut is 0.1. So we're going to say 0.1 times m number. So the m number is still 10, isn't it? 0.1 times 10, how much are you getting? You're getting 1 millimeter. So we're going to go back with 1 millimeter, which is something very close. If it's 10, this is 9 millimeter. Something very small. Everyone. Then gonna have this. Once we have that, so which means I can have this one dark till here, have this one dark till right there, and where this 9 millimeter, 1 millimeter of yours is ending, there you go. Then just a little bit, just a little bit again, so that you can have it solid like this. You understand? Then go back again, because these are threads, these are threads, these will be threads again, these will be threads. So this, you can actually see there is an allowance here. Should you want to mount a bigger work piece there, and if before you even forget, remember we said we assume item 4 fitted there, but if there is still a gap there, which means we are lying over to item 4 who fitted there, because if we put item 4, which means that gap has to be closed again. You understand? Simple, straightforward. Before we even forget, it should be closed right there. It should be closed like this. A1. Then from there we fitted item 1. Let me give just a little bit of a zoom out. Okay, item 1, which is this one, already there. Item 2, which is this one, already there. Item 3 is our handle. Item 4 is inside there. Item 5 is the shaft. Item 6 is the nut. Then we can start to section, my brother. So remember, this is assembled drawing. So your hatches, they must be at an angle of 45 in different direction. So I'll decide to start with item 1. Actually, you don't, not even deciding, you start with the bigger item and get. So I'll start here. There you go. There you go. You can have a hatch there. Equally spaced. There you go. There you go. So here it's not going to be sectioned here. You not gonna have a hatch here, because I normally emphasize that a hatch is actually starting from a solid line to a solid line, solid line to a solid line. So you don't section on top of a solid line. Your hatch is starting from a solid line to a solid line. You don't section on top of a solid line. You don't section on top of a hidden line. You understand? So if there is a hidden line, it's supposed to change to dark, or it's supposed to disappear. A hidden line, a dotted line. You don't section on top of a dotted line. See that I'm sectioning on top of this one. So this is not a dotted line, but it's a center line. Even here with section on top of this, it's a center line. So you draw a center line as long, short, long, short, long, short. You understand? So let's continue. There you go. 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 Just a little bit there. There you go. There you go. There you go. remember what this part is not part of your, this part is not part of your item 1. It's not part of your item 1. You are still focusing on item 1 now. So item 1, it will go like this. It will go like this, my brother. Item 1. Item 1. There you go, still item 1. Still item 1. Still item 1. Everyone. So then I can say this is what is item 1. So I've just sectioned item 1. You understand? So you label everything that is here for the reason. You understand? It's here for the reason. So Mr. Dontre is saying, don't you have a lecture on mechanical drafting? So how can I make it? I don't have any basics. Yes, my brother, I can teach you. Guys, some of your comments I was not able to look at them because of us actually concentrating on the paper other than on the screen, you understand? But should you have a question, you can just DM me. I can see there are many. I think some of your question you are able to answer each other. You understand? But if you have a question, you can just let me down there on the comment. Okay, I'll get back to you. Let's continue, Joe. So this is what item 1 and get. So after item 1, we are going to item 2. Item 2. So our hatches, they were anti-clockwise at an angle of 90 degrees for item 1, right? So for item 2, they must be in opposite. You understand? In opposite, a little bit smaller than the one of your item 1. A little bit smaller, opposite to direction. So the smaller the item, is this smaller the what your separation of your hatches. So the bigger the item is, the wider they open. You understand? When I'm saying the smaller, this one, you see this one. So this one, they must be a little bit smaller than the one of item 1 and in opposite direction. There you go. There you go. Item 2 and it. This is item 2. Item 2. There you go. There you go. I'm using the topper number part now to equalize them. There you go. Now here you see Velangale. And just a little bit down. So this is going to be my item. Item what? Item 2. Simple, straightforward, my brother. So this is item 2. Okay. After item 2, go back to your question. This question, it will be with you throughout the whole exam. You understand? They are not going to take away this away from you. So it will be with you throughout the whole exam. So now we've dealt with item 2. Where's our item 3, which is this one? Item 3, after item 3 is going to be the shaft. Item 3, I wanted to section item 3, but item 3 is a little bit smaller than item 4. So we can section the workpiece, which is item 4. My hatches, they were in a clockwise direction, isn't it? Of this item that I just sectioned now, they were in a clockwise direction. So the one of of this one that I'm up to section now, they must be anti-clockwise. So a little bit small again. There you go. 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 A1. So now this is going to be item 1. This is going to be item workpiece, which is item 4. 4, not 5. 4. And it. Then after item 4, there is item 5. Item 5, which is this one. And after item 5, there is item 3. Okay, so we do not section a shaft when it's cutted along its length. You understand? Should it be cutted across its length, that's when you're going to section. For instance, what? If you look at your workpiece and you've even given section and it's sectioned for you, you understand? This was the front view, this was the right view. So we had to take the right view. Remember, the question was like a full sectional, what to call a full sectional front. Who was telling you that look at your XX, this one, XX was actually talking about the full sectional front. Okay, so we took the right view here, which is that one. Okay, I'm not going to explain on that one. So this one simply tells you that this workpiece was too long. It was still continuing, isn't it? So the shaft, which is item 5, I can leave my work like this, but for the sake of interest, I'll want to do it like this. I know Uti, we don't section a shaft if it's cutted along its length. I'll just erase here. Should it be cutted across its length, that's when you section. I'll section, erase here. You understand? So that I'll just have this one. This freehand line, so that I can now section what? This one. This one. So okay, it was cutted, but because of it was cutted along its length, then I'll section it just like this. So that's how you section a shaft if it's cutted along its length. Everyone, just like this. You understand? So even the head of the shaft, this was our handle. I can have this one dark there, which is which one? It's this one, and get from here till here, which is this one, from here till here. Then I'll erase here again, just a little bit to make it interesting. And have this. So that I also section right here. Right here. Just to symbolize Uti, it was cutted. It was cutted. You understand? So now I can label then. This is what, and this is what. Go. There we go. So the handle was what? The handle was item 3. So the workpiece, okay, we passed there. The shaft is item 5, which is this one, item 5. So I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is 6? Which is my nut. Which is my nut. My lock nut. My lock nut. My lock nut, which is item 6. Yes, that is it. Then from here till here, you understand. So what was the trick here? Actually, it was this. Okay, it was trick since step 1, but what you're supposed to take note, it was these holes. These holes. You remember they said there are 4, so they are not. They were not cutted. They were not cutted. They were supposed to be there. So why we throw as hidden like this? Because we said beyond the surface there are still those 2 remaining ones. The other 2, they went out with an off cut. You understand? So this is it. This is it. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. That was Mr. Nkosi for Engineering, Graphics and Design. See you on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe to support the channel so that more videos will be uploaded. So bye, thank you very much, guys. See you on the next video. Okay, that was the long one. Bye, thank you. I'm exhausted enough. I'm left with TikTokers now. TikTokers, how are you? How are you? How are you? That was it. That was it. That was it. Simple, straightforward. So TikTokers, you can actually see Uguti drawing is one and the same thing. This is the drawing from, is it Gandia or what? So when I searched that, I asked that guy, which province is that one? I mean, which country is that one? He told me that he's actually watching us from Southern America. So it's actually, he has been following us since, I don't know, since, is it 2020 or 2021? I'm not quite